First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, Bahashem, Rekakadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles GMS, the elders, the Akim, Shalom. I'm going to name this lesson, The Lord is a Man of War. The Lord is a man of war, and Yahawah is his name. This lesson going to strictly come out of the Apocrypha, and we're going to read the 15th chapter, and we're going to start at the first verse. We're going to go to 2nd Esdras 15:1. 2nd Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahawah, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. For this came from the Yahawah himself. He said, write on a paper, for his words are faithful and true. His words are faithful and true. Verse number 3, it said, fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. We're going to look at this word incredulity. I don't have the Strong's definition for it, but I went to the Wikipedia, and the definition of that word is a state of being unwilling or unable to believe something. A state of being unwilling or unable to believe something, which most of Israel is like that, because we stiff-necked. We've been operating in this wicked society for so long that Israel, they honor Yahawah with their mouth, but they don't believe in Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And again, I say that Israel is operating in this state of being as zombie-like. You know, we go to work, we wake up, we go to work, and we come back home, you eat, and you do the same cycle. That's a zombie-like state of being. You know, then some jakes and some might just go on little trips, you know, go to Cancun maybe, or go to Punta Cana. When they come back and they fall in that same state of mind, you know, go to work, come home, and go back to work, go to sleep and wake up and go to sleep. That's a zombie-like state. So they feel like this society is going to function forever. You know, it's going to be the same until they decease off this earth. But I got something for you. It's not. I got something for you. It's not. Because Yahweh Shai Mashiach is on his way to return. He going to render a recompense to the heathens, mainly Esau, Edom, for the spoiling of your children of Israel. That would be you so-called black, Native American, Latinos, and Mexican Americans. You know, you got a reward coming, but first you must repent and believe in his word. And his word, again, Yahawah said, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai words are faithful and true. And if he have spoken it, so will it be. If you have ears to hear, let him hear. We're going to go to 2nd Esdras 15:5, 15:4. Salakia. And for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Again, that verse reads, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So if you don't believe in this word, and if you still believing in Caesar Borgia, you know, a white boy Rick, you know, and don't believe in the true God of the Bible, of Abraham, Isaac, and of Jacob, you know, you worship a pagan God. Because the God that we worship, he's a black man. Or he will be called a so-called black man. I put it like that. And if he was walking the earth right now, you know, most of the heathen nations will be calling him nigger. They'll be calling him a byword. But that's okay. Because we're going to get the last laugh on the heathens, because they're going to bow down at our feet. And they're going to worship us as priests and princes of the world. So we're going to go to 2nd Esdras 15:5. It's, behold, saith Yahawah, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. I'm going to read that again. Second Esdras 15:5. Behold, saith Yahawah, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. What do you call the coronavirus? It's a plague to me. I mean, it's shutting down countries, it's shutting down states. You got the death angels are working overtime right now. You know, you got the famine gonna come in the way of this locust that's spreading in Africa right now. You know, from my understanding, that's a 30-mile stretch of locusts killing all crops. So if you're killing all the crops, what do that mean? That means that your food supply is dwindling. Wake up, Israel. If you have ears to hear, let him hear. We're going to go to 15:6. Second Esdras 15:6. It says, for the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Let's read that one again. For the wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So wickedness have polluted the whole earth. You know, I think they just passed a law in Virginia that now that people can go back and reverse. They can go back and reverse on the birth certificate if you was a male or female with transgender. So if that's not wicked, you tell me what wicked is. If that's not the wickedness of the wicked, tell me what is wickedness. Now, we're not going to even talk about how they was hanging us on trees back during the 18, 16, 17, 1800s, even the 1900s. Oh, man, what I'm talking about, they still doing it now. So, you know, and that was wicked. Cutting babies out of mothers' stomachs and feeding them to alligators. Who was doing that? That'll tell you who the wicked is. If you haven't learned, if it's 2020 and you don't know who the wicked are, I don't know what to tell you. Esau, Edom, that's who the wicked are. I'll say it for you. We're going to go to Esdras 15:7. Therefore saith Yahawah, again, out of his mouth he's commanded, and so it will be. There are a lot of precepts to this. I'm trying to stay right here in Esdras 15. If brothers see this video and they like to come out and bring the precepts to it, you know, please do so. We're going to go to 2nd Esdras 15:8. I will hold my tongue no longer as touching the wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent, the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's the men of the Lord that's on the highways and the byways, and those that are doing these videos, they complaining to Yahawah, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, about the wickednesses on the earth. And this don't reach to heaven. And Yahweh Shah Mashiach, he's heard. And now he's preparing his way. How is he preparing his way? By the men of the Lord. Again, on the highways and the byways, complaining, crying out to the Lord. And many of you, even in your crying, like, oh, Yahweh. And some of you call him a pagan name, and I'm not going to say that, but you're crying like, deliver us out of this God-forsaken place. Because this is exactly, there's no God here on this earth other than the sun God and the money God and the drug gods and the oil gods. But the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and of Jacob, is not here. Because the children of Israel are still in captivity. If you have an ear to let, he that have an ear, let him hear. 2nd Esdras 15:9. And therefore said Yahawah, therefore said Yahawah, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. He said he's going to receive the innocent blood from among who is them? The heathen. Mainly Esau, Edom, and other heathen nations, you know, where we scattered, where they killed us on this land. You got innocent blood all on this land, throughout America, throughout this world. got innocent blood. That blood got to be avenged. We're going to go to 2nd Esdras 15:10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. What he's saying, he's coming to deliver us out of this, out of Egypt, out of this captivity again. You know, like Egypt. This is mystery Babylon, i.e., America. You know, if you have an ear to hear, again, let him hear. 15:11. 2nd Esdras 15:11. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. He said he gonna smite Egypt as plagues as before. That means tell you that, hey, he gonna do what he did in ancient Egypt to this Egypt. And I definitely got to say, he that have an ear, let him hear. I'll go to 12. 2nd Esdras 15:12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plagues and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. 2nd Esdras 15:13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for the seed shall fail through, and the blasting, Salakia, the blasting and the hail, and with fearful constellation. 2nd Esdras 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. I say death to the world and them that dwell therein. That's what that woe means. Death. Some can say agony, some can say distress, but it's going to be death. Because the death angels are working right now. You know. 2nd Esdras 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and sword and their hands. That sword, that's ancient sword right now. He's talking about guns, knives. It's not talking about the sword of the ancient time. This today, that one people gonna stand up and fight against another. You know, it's gonna be civil unrest here in America. It's civil unrest around the world right now. It's gonna be civil unrest with knives and guns and weapons. The sword is a weapon. It's not a sword. You know, you read the Bible and a lot of people still think, oh, it's a sword. No, you know, back during the ancient time, they fought with swords. You know, weapons advanced throughout the history. And today's sword is the gun. You know, it's a knife. It's anything that can use to kill or harm you. That's what a sword is. This plague, that's a sword. If it can kill you, it's a sword. 2nd Esdras 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes. And the course of their action shall stand in their power. The course of their action shall stand in their power. Why? Because whoever got the most weaponry, whoever had the most guns, whoever have the most allies, you know, they the ones gonna be standing in power. But that's carnal power. You know, the power that we're waiting for is YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH, the return of Hamashiach, YAHAWAH. That's the true power of the earth, the heaven and earth. So if you out here buying ammo, and if you're an Israelite and you buying ammo and you going to the gun range, number one, man, Esau got more guns than they got furniture in their house. There's no way you're going to outman them with their weaponry. And besides, you going to buy a gun, you going into a store buying a gun, man, Esau might make you wait 6 months for a waiting list. Esau can walk into a gun show, he can be a convicted felon, and they'll sell him a gun. He didn't have an ear, let him hear. So, you know, it's not about weaponry. That's carnal. You know, we're on a spiritual fight here. Come back to your Most High God, YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH. 2nd Esdras 15:17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. You can see that happening right now. Israel, you can go to the stores right now. Now, if you go to the supermarkets, if you go to your local HEBs, if you go back to your local Publix in Georgia, you go back to, your Food Lions, you probably can see the shelves are being empty. People being empty. After a while, you're going to see it's going to be like there will be no one in the streets. The restaurants going to close because this coronavirus, again, I said Yahawah is a man of war. Yahawah is his name. He's a man of war. That's an act of war that he's pulling on America and on the rest of the world. Death and destruction. So a man going to desire to go into a city, but he's going to be stuck in his house. Why? Because he's going to be scared that his neighbor is going to come and pillage his goods. So he's going to be on watch, constant watch. He that have an ear, let him hear. 2nd Ezra 15:18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. 2nd Ezra 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for the great tribulation, because that's the time period we in. Great tribulation. Great tribulation. A man with the spark go to his neighbor and break into his neighbor's house. He gonna kill you. He gonna take your goods, and then he gonna go back home. And then somebody gonna come and kill him and take your goods that he took from you. And then he gonna take all the goods to the neighbor who killed you. And then someone gonna come and kill that guy and take all his goods. So it's just gonna be a cycle. It's gonna be a cycle of violence that's gonna take place here in the streets of America. He that have an ear, let him hear. I'm not gonna keep this much longer, but I'm gonna go down to verse number 24, and it reads, verse 24. It said, "Death to them that sin and keep not the commandments, saith Yahawah." I'm gonna read that again. "Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandment, saith Yahawah. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary." 2nd Ezra 15:26. "For Yahawah knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction." It's time to repent and come back to your Most High. Yahawah Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Israel. Know who your enemies are. Your enemies, if you still going to vote, in this election, then you don't know who your enemies are, because you're only voting to continue to oppress yourself. Come back to the Most High. Let the heathens and the rest of the heathen nations vote. You come back, you pray in the name of Yahawah Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, and you watch a beautiful deliverance, because he coming to receive his elect, and 1/3, 2/3 of you Jakes and 2/3 of you Eves, y'all gonna get destroyed. It's simple as that. I mean, because y'all stuck here in America. Y'all think this place gonna live forever, and it's not. If you can't see it, then it's not meant for you. But for the men of GMS and those who follow their tutelage, we believe in this word. We believe in the power of Yahawah Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah. And with that, I'm going to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Mashiach Ba'Shem Rakakadash. Shalom.